Hey guys, Alex May here, and today we're going to talk about female bisexuality. I have a few nice surprises for you, I think. So let's begin. First of all, ask any girl you know. Ask her straight away, are you bisexual? What kind of answer are you going to get? Most probably, she's going to say, are you crazy? What kind of question is this? Of course I am not. You see, there is a stigma in our society. And the stigma, what is stigma? Stigma is something you should be ashamed of. Okay? It's connected to word gay, it's connected to word lesbian, and it's also connected, unfortunately, all this stuff is very unfortunate. However, it is what it is. When you ask a girl, are you bisexual? She must say no. However, there is some knowledge I'm going to share with you which indicates otherwise. Now you're going to ask another question. Ask any girl this. Did you ever kiss a girl? Ever in your life? And listen to the answer. Most girls will say, yes, of course I did. And most girls did. Most girls played with other girls. However, they hate when you call it bisexuality. So you have to understand what for us men means bisexuality. For girls means just being nice to each other. You see, girls are very playful. Biggest thing guys give to each other most of the time is a hug or a handshake, and we're very tough and we're very masculine. Girls are very playful. They love to do each other's hair. They love to hug. They love to kiss, and lots of times. And if you show that you know the score, they will talk very openly when you are present. If you're just an average guy and they assume that you don't know what's going on around you, they will never talk about their girl-girl experiences. Okay? So the truth is, if you ask them, did you ever kiss the girl? She will say, of course I did. Did you ever play with another girl? Oh yeah, of course I did. So this is something very tricky, you have to understand. Interesting thing, scientists call the behavior when a man or a woman likes and admires the body of their own sex, they call it bicuriosity. And this is exactly what happens when a woman looks to another woman. She's admiring her body, she's admiring her soft skin, she's admiring her touch. This is all what scientists guys, don't say to girls, because they will say, oh no, I'm not bisexual at all. No, of course you are not. Anyway, this is what is called bicuriosity. When it crosses the border between simple admiring and the person starts to act on these impulses, it's called bisexuality. And a lot of girls do have this experience. So if you're the guy who shows that he knows what time it is, that you know that a lot of women have experience with other women, that you know that girls play with each other, and you never judge them, you're not jealous, you're totally cool, you're gonna hear stories, guys, you wouldn't believe. When a girl stops thinking about you as an enemy in a war of sexes, she will start to see you as someone who is on the same side. And then gates gonna open and you're gonna hear stuff. You would be like, wow, where have I been all this time? There is very interesting scientific evidence that tells us, and they make this research time after time, and the same data comes up again and again. The research indicates that about 75% of women fall into bicurious or bisexual category. Only 5% of women are strictly lesbian, okay? And the rest, about 15%, is heterosexual, okay? And men, what is interesting, show totally opposite picture. Only 5 to 7% of men are bisexual. About 7 to 10% of men are homosexual. And approximately 80% of men are strictly heterosexual. You see what's going on here, guys? So we're yin-yang, opposite polarities, and we complement each other. Look at women around you and realize that at least 70% of them looks at other women and has some sensual, sometimes erotic, and sometimes extremely sexual desires. So be aware of it. This is my tip number one today, guys. Start looking around you with different eyes. Think about your girlfriend. She is not simply someone who has friends and hangs out with other girls, but maybe, you never know, but most probably she has some interesting experiences which she doesn't dare to tell you because she's, as lots of women are, is not sure how you're going to accept it. Very few men are, let's say, so open-minded that they will let their women to do what they like to do. And this is a lot of times that women want to play with other women. However, guys are so limited in their view, I would call it, and so short-sighted that they cut themselves from this very, very promising and interesting direction. If you let your girl understand that you're cool with this, you know that a lot of women are bisexual, you know that she might have bisexual tendencies, and if she likes it, she can go ahead. One warning here, guys, don't become like, oh, you're bisexual, this is so cool. Be more like, hey, I know what's going on, I know what time it is, I know you like girls, or you may like girls, I'm cool with that. If you would like to have threesome one day, I would like to join it. You can have it on your own, or I can join it. I don't mind. When you play it this way, guys, you're going to see a very, very interesting result. Slowly and slowly. Don't expect the first day you're going to say it. It's going to change something. But slowly but surely, thing will change for you for better. So my tip number one for you is start looking at women around you with different eyes. Realize they are most of the time bisexual. They like other women, they like to touch other women, they like to kiss other women, but they don't like when men or whoever else call it bisexuality. They're just girls, and girls, as you know, girls like to have fun. And now, as I promised, we're going to talk about some experience we can learn from lesbian girls. And to be honest, guys, I have a few lesbian girlfriends, and they share stuff with me, and first time I heard it, I was like, huh? What? And then it starts slowly starts to make sense for me. So I'm going to share it with you now. Very first thing, a lot of lesbian girls consider men very boring in bed. And a lot of heterosexual women also consider men very boring in bed. Why? I was like, what? How do you mean? And they say, you know, a man, when he's busy, he only wants one thing. And this one thing, guys, is man wants to come. He wants to blow his steam, however you call it, you know, blow his load, whatever it is. Man always, when he's busy with sex, when he's in bed with a woman, he goes somewhere. He's driving towards a purpose. Even if he's if he's a skillful lover, he still is kind of respectfully waiting for her to come. And after that, he thinks, okay, now I'm allowed to come too. So this thing makes, that's a reason actually, guys, that lesbian couples report a lot of times higher level of sexual satisfaction than heterosexual couples do. And this is something you guys can change. At the moment you stop viewing sex as a marathon, as something you're running, you have to reach the goal. At the moment you release it and you just flow, you just go into pleasure and you enjoy yourself. And you're like, well, I'm not going to come in the next hour. I'm just going to dive into this like ocean of fun and of pleasure. And I'm going to flow and see what happens. Then, guys, you become as satisfactory to a woman than any other woman. Then you know the secret. And the secret is, again, as I said, don't hurry. Don't rush towards orgasm. Take your time. Enjoy. Enjoy simple touch. Enjoy her breath. Enjoy her skin. Go into this experience and flow. Flow. When you master this one point I'm talking about now, you're going to become light years ahead of the rest of the male population, because nobody does it, guys. Come on. Nobody does it. Everyone rushes into bed, they dive into it, they start passionate sex. After 20 minutes they're ready, and woman will never tell you that she's unhappy. that she's unsatisfied because she loves you, she respects you, she doesn't want to hurt you, she doesn't want to hurt your male ego. But for herself, she might think, well, it's okay, he's a nice guy, but I've seen better. So remember this, guys. This is a tip of the day, very important thing. If you want to become really, really good in bed, you have to stop thinking about finishing, about coming. You have to enjoy the flow, you have to dive into it and enjoy it together with your woman. Very important thing, guys. Anyway, that's all for today. And our next session will be about giving women multiple orgasms. So stay tuned.